What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is Zach Novak and this is Zach Novak Plays Games. And in today's video, well, we're going over the Rise of Iron preparation list. So roll the intro and I hope you enjoy. Alrighty, so in today's video, now we're going to be going over the main important parts of preparation for the Rise of Iron. Now all of these aren't necessarily stuff you have to do, but in itself, if you do want to actually be prepared and get that bit of a foot up, then you're going to want to go through and follow this list. Starting things out, we have legendary and exotic engrams. Now save up your legendary and exotic engrams because those things in themselves will allow you to actually level up with the Cryptarch and get some of the new gear that's actually in offer from the Rise of Iron. Now, something also that I did want to actually point out is the Earth looks seriously awesome. Like, how awesome does the Earth look? Like, it's just crazy. It looks seriously cool. Anyway, back onto the list. So, exotic and legendary engrams, they are the first one. Now, second one, actually moving on to the second page, we have legendary marks. Now save up your legendary marks. Make sure you have the max of 200. Hit that 200 max cap and you should be sweet. For Glimmer, do the exact same thing. Hit the max cap of 25,000. That thing in itself will allow you to actually then go through and use some Glimmer, use some legendary marks when the Rise of Iron does drop, in case there's some types of items that you want to actually get, some armor, some, I don't know, weapons, some really whatever it is. Next up we have strange coins and motes of light. Now these things in themselves, we want to be saving these because motes of light allow you to actually level up the factions really quick, and yeah, having motes of light actually allow you to level up your weapons and things really quick. And same thing with strange coins, except these are pretty much to get more exotics in themselves. Say if Zor comes around and he sells something brand new, you can use these strange coins to actually buy stuff from Zor, or you can actually use these strange coins to buy heavy ammo synthesis, which then itself can be turned into reputation for said factions. That being your Vanguard faction, whether it being your New Monarchy, Dead Orbit, or Future War Cult. Now something as well to save up is materials. Now Spirit Bloom is something definitely going to be wanting. Relic Iron is something else. We want some Spin Metal and we want some Helium Filaments. Just because, well, they're actually going to be used to level up certain different materials and certain actual items. So, in turn, using these will actually be something you do need. Because again, getting to a high light level is definitely something that a lot of people want to get. Wormspore is something else that you should go through just in case Wormspore is something to be used. Also get your etheric lights and stuff like that and use those to actually then convert to you know, XP and stuff like that when the Rise of Iron does drop. Save up your house banners, your different actual consumable items that are dropped so you can then get that little bit more glimmer. Save up your Vanguard reputation boosters, your Crucible reputation boosters, and why not even save up your House of Judgment reputation boosters, just because those things in themselves might actually come in handy, so you can then get some more XP, or you can just farm the actual, you know, the Challenge of Elders to get motes of light and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It works out in quite different favors, you know. It's pretty freaking cool. As well as something that I did want to point out is edge your factions. When you go into your actual factions menu, and in your quest menu I should say, and you can see all your factions, make sure you've got that XP almost up to, say, for Cryptarch 2,999. That's, or 2,995 if something like that. For the Vanguard you want to get 2,490 something, which is pretty good. 2,490 for the Crucible. If you want to get for New Monarchy, 2,490 as well in itself. Crota's Bane, not really so useful. I don't think Eris Morn is going to have that big of actual effect in the Rise of Iron, but in case you want to actually get that up, go and get that up in itself. House of Judgment, same thing. Queen's Wrath. Gunsmith. Actually, Gunsmith is something that's really important. Go through and actually level up with your Gunsmith. Make sure that you are at rank 3 or rank 5. I can't remember which rank it actually is to actually get whatever the other stuff is. Make sure you're just higher than rank 5 actually. Let's just put that as basis. Go through and try to get higher than rank 5 if possible. If not, then you don't really have to worry about it too much. I myself am saving up gold tier Iron Banner bounties in themselves, because those will actually give you quite a actual bit. They'll give you legendary marks, they'll give you Iron Banner reputation and experience. I mean, Iron Banner reputation I don't think is going to be something that actually comes into it at the start, because Iron Banner isn't going to be available, but still, that is something that can be used for, you know, that little bit of edging. I'm going to be saving up my House of Judgment actual bounties, because those in themselves definitely are something to be saved. I don't know why I still got this heavy iron one here, it's just sitting there for some reason. Save up any one of your actual bounties that has 3000 experience, 65 Vanguard reputation boost, because that in itself is a very big boost. Now that's pretty cool, but something else that I did really want to bring up is go through and actually do nostalgia things. Like, as you can see here, defend the Warsat. I'm doing this live if you guys didn't notice. You might have heard the controller clickety clack, stuff like that. I'm going to go through and defend this Warsat, because this is something that, like, a lot of people do, you know, haha, very funny. A lot of people do, but a lot of other people kind of take for granted. Now, doing stuff like this, it definitely is, well, it's tedious, yes, but it's also a lot of fun. Now, there is a lot of different things that in itself brought Guardians together in year one. Now, these things being events, live action events like this, are definitely something that a lot of people kind of came forward and came together to actually have fun doing. And I myself seriously still do. If there is, like, say 5 or 6 random Guardians that just appear out of nowhere, and they're like doing patrols, just running around, whatever, and they come in and they're like, hey, this guy's there's a chest up there. I want to actually go get that chest if I can remember about it, because chests are definitely a good resource. They're definitely something to, like, not to be taken for granted too much, but it's the same thing for a lot of things in Destiny. Don't take it for granted too much, because at a certain time it might be gone. Like the whole thing of the loot cave. I did a video on the loot cave the other day. It did kind of fail slightly, but what actually got out was the message of the loot cave and how it brought Guardians together. Now that in itself definitely is something that I really liked. Now I'm really hoping, again, there's going to be something like this in Rise of Iron, where it does bring the community together, bring Guardians together in a different light, not just being the whole thing of patrols and stuff like that, or even if patrols had more of a function of, I guess, multiplicity, and multiplicity to the point of it being not like different things actually going on, but different abilities for different actual access gates for different Guardians to kind of contribute. Now that being stuff like, well, for these things where you have to have, say, like, you have more than one Guardian, it makes things easier. Now say you have 2 Guardians, make things a lot easier. For the actual, what's it called? For the not the Rise of Iron, for the Vault of Glass. I'm forgetting my words here. For the Vault of Glass. Now if you had a bunch of randoms that were actually trying to get into the Vault of Glass, and you were on patrol, and they needed a bit of a hand, you could jump in and actually help them. That in itself is pretty freaking awesome. I really wish that there was actually some sort of way where you could, I guess, do whatever you're doing and have, say, other Guardians just join in. You're doing the raid, you're doing the Prison of Elders. I know that as they have stated that in the Plaguelands there is going to be this new area where Guardians can come in and help you, but I still think it's going to be either like limited to 3, maybe limited to 6, not even too sure. Most likely limited to 3, because it's more associated with the Prison of Elders than anything else, and Horde mode from Halo, but still, I don't know. I'm really hoping it is going to be something that's just really freaking awesome, really cool. I'm not actually 100% too sure on how decent the actual whole the idea behind it is going to be, because I mean the Prison of Elders is, yes, it's amazing, it is really freaking awesome, but there is a lot of fundamental there's a lot of things wrong with it. That's what I'm trying to say. English just doesn't work for me on some days. I don't know what goes on. I just can't speak. If I don't have some form of script in front of me giving me actual ideas, then for some reason I can't talk through a lot of things. But again, going through and doing nostalgia things are honestly something that I have to say, do not take for granted. For year 1 Destiny, it was pretty cool. It was pretty freaking awesome. It was honestly mind-blowing for a lot of different senses. However, there were a lot of things that were actually wrong with it. Now we look at stuff, and if you go back and play year 1 things, year 1 quests and year 1 storyline, you see how much it's actually changed, how much it's grown, how much it's advanced from what it actually was. And honestly, I have to say, Bungie has done an amazing job at this. This in itself it's mind-blowing. Everything that is available in Destiny at the moment is just crazy. We have so many different things available to us. We have so many different actual path lines that we can follow. So many different outcomes that actually can happen. I mean, we all go through and do the actual storyline, and yes, the storyline's the same. But I'm talking in the sense of how our Guardian actually progresses, what we go towards, what we've actually grown to become. Now, anyone that was playing in year 1 will know that a lot of things have changed. Some for the good, some not so good. But yeah, we won't really go into detail on that. But the whole thing of year 1. Now, year 1 had the same actual mentality of preparation. If there was a new actual DLC coming out, a new advancement to the game, a new update in itself, then we wanted to go through and actually make sure that we had our factions edged. We wanted to make sure we had our strange coins, our motes of light, our glimmer, our actual Vanguard. Pretty sure they were Vanguard marks back then, because it was Vanguard marks and Crucible marks. Oh, Destiny has changed. Destiny in itself. This video started out as a preparation video, and again, I'm still sticking to that. It is a preparation video. It is a video in itself to state that you have to be prepared for the Rise of Iron. When it does come out, well, you don't actually have to be that prepared for it. You can go into it blind. You can just walk into Rise of Iron, not really worrying about anything, not really worrying about really having much loot, any gear or anything like that. But in itself, you can't, it's your choice. I myself am going into it with a bunch of exotic engrams, a bunch of legendary engrams. I'm going in with my full actual marks, my full I'm getting stuck on things, my full real everything, you know? I'm not gonna let myself be at this point where I'm like, last time when the actual update hit, the April update, I didn't prepare too well. I mean, I was kind of lucky because I had a lot of legendary and exotic engrams in my vault, which I had just been saving up to do a video on, and so I was really happy that I could do the video as well as get a little bit more, you know, loot, some actual exotic shards and things like that, because exotic shards are definitely something that are very hard to come by. I mean, Zor doesn't actually sell them anymore, and so that really kind of sucks. But this has been Zach Novak. If you guys have enjoyed this video, click that like button down below, do all that good stuff, leave a comment, let me know if you like this kind of style of video where I'm kind of going through and has part live and part just, other bits that are fast forwarded. Anyway, this has been Zach Novak. Leave a dislike if you disliked this video, leave a comment and tell me why you disliked, just so I actually know what to do different in the next video. Also, I did want to give a quick shout out to Duck HD. Now, this dude in himself has been a subscriber for a bit, and he's been commenting on quite a few of my videos, so go ahead and actually check out. He's got a pretty good channel in itself. I went through and checked out his videos. That Kuda class setup is pretty freaking good. Do all that good stuff, and I'll be cheering like Kieran if he was Ed Sheeran. Once again, this is Zach Novak, signing off. Peace out.